Search for it again.
Nope,
Whatever.
I got it. That was the part that I was missing. So, okay, let me throw that into Discord, and we can jump into the game.
I notice there's room to highlight each stat. Is it still XP on a fail, or are we highlighting?
The highlighting is only in first edition, so
Okay.
you gain XP when you fail a roll. Oh, by the way, you may have, I don't know if you noticed this, Fraser, in our game this morning, one of our players kept on rolling really poorly. That is because roll for your party, if you are using the pips dice, will only give you results of 1 to 3.
Yeah, I saw that after and kind of chuckled.
Oh no!
So our poor Selkie couldn't get anything done to save their life.
Yeah.
So when you're using roll for your party, please use the other kind of dice.
Cool. I'm going to be using these because the less clicking, the better off my hands are.
Oh, okay. Cool enough.
I also just noticed I can't edit the document either.
Okay.
Weird. F5. It should be editable. I think it's a cache issue. So.
Can you refresh?
Yeah. Ah, cool. There we go. Genius. When in doubt, turn on and off again.
Hit
no,
right.
Curious is too good an origin to miss.
Okay, so we've chosen our skins, and let's go over the starting scenario again, and then we will do our questions and strings, and then we will jump into the fun of it. So, Jagged is an eerie town where storms are always on the horizon and the forest conceals a dark hunger. This is being played like a TV show. And last season on Jagged, the vampire, after a season of manipulating and planning, has killed one of their best friends, the queen, and converted the werewolf's lover, the mortal. The werewolf confronted the vampire, and in the struggle, the mortal died as well. Filled with grief, the werewolf took the mortal to the cliffs and threw them into the ocean. Distraught, the werewolf fled Jagged, howling at the moon along the way. Unbeknownst to them all, a Selkie wrapped their arms around the mortal and brought them to shore. By some miracle, the mortal is revived and is now a ghoul. The queen, now a ghost, followed the werewolf and slowly over time convinced them to return to Jagged. A summer has passed, and now a vampire runs this small town. And they're holding a party this Sunday to celebrate everyone's return to school. So, let's see here. Looks like we have names for some of them. Got a Catherine. How do you pronounce your name, Adam?
Tifrey.
Tifrey, okay. And Jackson. And Dominic. Okay, great. Let's choose a name for the ghoul. They will be... I like Morrigan, so we're going to go with Morrigan.
Morrigan's a good name. I'm a big fan of the Morrigan. Yeah.
Right? Good stuff. Okay. So, in second edition, you will choose your stat block. There will be 2 rows in the lower left-hand corner of the second page. Has everyone been able to find those and assign their stats?
Yep, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
You can keep talking is fine, and
okay.
I will.
So just to go over again what you can do with your stats, you've got Hot, which can help you turn someone on. Cold, which will help you shut someone down or keep your cool. Volatile, which will help you lash out physically or run away. And Dark, which will help you gaze into the abyss. For those of you who played Apocalypse World, gazing into the abyss is similar to opening your brain, and it helps you answer a question that you don't have any other way of getting an answer to. So once you've got your stats, great. And like I said, you can choose your moves, or you can hold them off until you get them figured out. Okay. Now, where did you find that picture for Jackson?
Just Pinterest.
I see.
Or the
So there is a folder of pictures for you to choose from if you would like. And that folder is right here. Oh, I see. Thank you for the link. And Lauren, I'm going to throw that into mustering point again. Okay.
You're too kind. Thank you.
So.
Sweet. Oh, I love this character so much already.
what? Catherine?
Yeah. She's gonna be like, she's gonna be a massive creep.
That is what the ghost does. Absolutely. Okay. And...
I'm giving the ghost my pelt. I find that that's hilarious.
Okay.
I gave it to you because I trust you, and not to give it back to me. But I do want you to give it back to me.
Cool.
And Mark, I am running the Veil at 9, so I'll probably have to duck out like maybe 10-ish before, just to make sure that I have everything ready to go.
Okay. So we've got Jackson the Werewolf. Jackson, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yeah, let's see. Jackson has rugged demeanor, savage eyes, and I think they were awoken by the incident that is in the folder. Like I think she went. If I remember correctly, the werewolf killed the mortal, which became the ghoul, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I think that incident is what made her into a werewolf. She was turned or bitten that evening and then went on a rampage and then killed the mortal, perhaps.
Oh no, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I don't know. No, I've got red hair. My jeans are like ripped up. I've got a tattoo on each knee. Yeah.
Okay.
She mad.
I'm going to put in a picture here.
Oh, I usually play my Selkie. The Selkie's usually dipshit. I'm just going to go for over it.
Say again?
Like, the ocean is cool. Human life, this is amazing. Everyone here is an idiot, except for me. So, like, kind of cool. I'm kind of the boss here. I don't know if that's going to go well for her, but that's where I'm going to start out.
Understood. Okay, so tell us more about Tefray.
Tefray has what do I have? Her origin is she's curious of land. She has musk hair, deep eyes. She's always in motion. Not one of those people who doesn't know how to use her legs. She's trying to get on some athletic teams just to prove that she's just as good as any Earthlander at these sorts of things. She doesn't have a lot of time for people's bullshit, which is a lie she tells herself. She lives for people's bullshit.
Okay.
And she looks at the picture I posted.
Cool. Alrighty. Dominic, tell us a little about yourself.
I think that I was. Hang on. Yeah, I am on. I think that I was turned fairly young, but in this mythology, you continue to develop until a certain point and then stop. So I've been a vampire longer than you would think. For and I don't remember that happening.
Oh, okay.
So I'm and maybe didn't originally understand that it had happened until I started getting thirsty, and it confused me for a while. I fought against it for a while, and then I conquered it and not conquered the thirst. I sort of accepted it, controlled it, and now I really like just controlling pretty much everything.
Okay. And
Still adding moves to my sheet, but I am going to take the thirst as well.
okay, gotcha.
The thirst is real.
Be thirsty. That's what I tell all the teenagers.
Yeah, great. That's how teenage pregnancy happens.
Okay.
Yeah, the normal one.
I see you've chosen a picture there, Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about yourself.
Yes. So from previously on Monsterhearts, the ghost was the queen killed by the vampire and has since been sort of following the werewolf around and convinced them to come back to this place. Kind of that's her deal.
Okay.
Okay, so for who she is now, she was like this worshipped, idolized figure, particularly in school, up until the point of her death. And since then, she's been coping with isolation and a loss of idolization, and kind of like being herself rather than like the image of herself that she was at school. And the kind of motif I'm going for is like popular girl now nerd. So like she is kind of a dork and a bit creepy, and so hopefully she'll be doing a lot of like creeping on silently, watching people from the background and dorking out and stuff. So she's going to be quite a dork.
Okay.
But also but she also hasn't gotten closure from that death, and so she's a dork, but still has a lot of unresolved like tension and animosity towards the vampire, and will probably lash out a lot if that trauma comes in.
Okay. Well, you do know who is popular right now, right?
Oh yeah,
It's me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay. I'll take one more look here.
Press support. What's that?
Okay. If Paul, if you find a picture for your character, please let me know. No rush. Just want to take a look. So, let's start with Dominic. I'm going to read off the questions, and then we'll go through them one by one, okay?
Uh-huh.
So that night months ago changed things forever. But was it all according to plan? Would you have preferred to sacrifice the mortal and convert the queen, or convert them both? What about the werewolf? Did they play their part? What plans do you have for this town now? How does the party play into those goals? Name one specific thing you want to accomplish tonight. So first question, was it all according to plan?
Of course not. Nothing is ever always according to plan, and I learned that a long time ago. So I'm truly I'm fucking Batman, right? When a plan doesn't work, it's I've already built in modes of failure that make it turn into a success. So this was actually 3 steps away from what I intended.
Okay. Tell us more.
The original goal was to convert both the queen and the mortal, so that I would I could begin to start taking power outside the scope of this small town, so that I could have minions, and that's where it went.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like was the werewolf part of your plan at all? I don't think it was. I think they got turned that night. So
yeah,
actually,
that was just collateral.
That was collateral. All right. What plans do you have for this town now?
I plan to solidify my hold on the Did my camera just do something strange? No.
Nope.
Oh, that's Adam. There we go. I plan to solidify my hold on the school first, and then my eye is on the politicians, because puppets.
I see.
I need puppets.
What's one thing you want to accomplish tonight?
Other than surviving, maybe I would like to have a moment where I can be confronted with what I did that night in a way that makes Dominic take a step back and have one moment of doubt.
Oh, I see. I was actually asking from Dominic's point of view, but I like your answer, and I might ask the other people to do the same thing. So we want to make Dominic doubt. Okay. So take a string on Morrigan and a string on Catherine.
Okay.
And then you need to
decide
who screwed things most up for you.
Well, I think that's got to be the vampire, the werewolf. I mean,
Jackson,
because they were the unexpected element that they were the wrench in the works that I had to most accommodate for.
I see. Okay, so Jackson, take 2 strings on Dominic.
I have a picture now, by the way.
Nice. Dominic, gain either the calculating or heartless condition.
Okay, I will take calculating.
Okay. So, next up, Jackson. When you confronted Dominic, they had just converted Morrigan and was using Catherine as a sacrifice. Did you kill Morrigan because they betrayed you and had fallen for the vampire, or did you take their life to spare them the awful fate of becoming a vampire?
I'm gonna go primal and say that it was because I was slighted, and the werewolf within me was just like, when it took over, it just became that one single drive.
Okay.
And I think also to put a twist on it as well, since it was the first time that I turned, I also don't even remember that I killed them.
Oh, okay.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Boom.
So why didn't you kill Dominic?
maybe he was gone by the time that I finished what I set out to do and kill the person.
Okay. So Dominic, you flee the scene.
Sorry, grape chewing. Yes.
Okay. So I don't think that's going to stop you in the future.
Probably not.
What did you say to Morgan before you tossed them into the ocean?
When I don't want me, the world is nothing but endings. Splash.
Okay, cool. So, who hurt you the most?
I think whatchamacallit, the ghoul would have, because they drove me to such lengths that it was my primary mission as like a werewolf to take them out. So
Okay.
I think that I was quite messed up, and I like the idea of not being able to remember it, so that there is still that emotional play on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so take 2 strings of Morgan.
Okay.
And who do you feel you hurt the most?
Probably the ghost, right? Because that fucked up their day. Like, they went from like idolized to a ghost, right? So probably that, I'm guessing.
Okay. So Catherine, you get 2 strings on Jackson. Jackson, you gain either the vicious or the spurn condition.
I'm gonna gain the vicious.
Okay. Catherine, are you ready?
Cool. Definitely.
Okay, great. You followed Jackson deep into the mountains and brought them back to humanity, both physically and emotionally. But where does that leave you? What about your trauma? Did you share a vital part of yourself with Jackson during the weeks before, the weeks between the tragedy and the party? Well, let's just do a question at a time. So, what about your trauma?
Yeah, it's definitely an unresolved trauma that is very stark in her mind, and she gets she feels definitely triggered by it if it were to come up. It's
Okay.
very raw and exposed. Even still, like after she's done all this healing, it's still very raw and exposed.
Okay. Did you share a vital part of yourself with Jackson during the past few weeks?
Yeah, I like to think so. Since when you fall from like having that security network of people and you have nothing, it's like, what do you grasp onto? You grasp onto the people that you can hopefully like rely and trust upon. So I feel like she's definitely formed a bond with the werewolf over the time that they spent together. And I think the thing that she shared was she was always a very confident person who really didn't give a shit about anyone when she was queen. And what she shared with the werewolf was this crushing anxiety that she has about going back and not being the person that everyone thought she was. Since now she has like big nerd glasses and stuff because she can't wear contacts as a ghost. So she like physically looks quite different as well. It's gone through quite the physical transformation.
Oh, is this one of those situations where they had to hire a new actor between season 1 and season 2?
Yeah, maybe like in season 1, the original actress got in a fight with the producer, so they had to like recast.
Right on.
I kind of like that scene as like maybe you went to the mountains to bring me back, and I was like stalking you as the werewolf, but then when you were saying these things, that's what made me like return to humanity.
Nice.
I like it.
Is Jackson a pawn? who you've aimed for revenge?
Maybe originally, but I think that may have turned like in this little powwow we've had out in the woods, and like maybe it'll revert back to that. But right now, her intent is that this is a good and one of the few good pure relationships that she's managed to form, kind of like ironically after she's died.
I see. Okay. So take 2 strings on Jackson, which you already have 2 strings, so I think you have 4 now.
Oh.
I'm gonna manipulate the shit out of you.
Slap him across the face, he dies.
And then you can give either 1 or 2 strings to Jackson on you, as you feel is appropriate.
I would like to double down and just give Jackson 2 strings. Let's go with it.
Okay. All right. You either gain the emotional or cold as ice condition.
Let's go for emotional. I like emotional.
So does that mean I have 4 on you as well?
I think that's the way it works out.
Yeah.
Wow,
wait.
this is going to be tense.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And finally, but not leastly, to Frey. You'd been watching Morgan for weeks before that tragic night. Often you watched them sitting on the edge of the cliff and humming or singing to themselves. You'd wished to the ocean that you could reach out to them. Now Morgan is in your arms, recovering on the shore. What do you want more, to stay with them on the land or to bring them back with you to the Deep Kingdom?
Land is more interesting, but honestly, I'm a bit done with Morgan right now. You know, all the faith in the world, save them from death, and what do I get back? Thank you, Frey. You're so interesting. All she really helped me do is register for high school, and really, I think she can do better than that. The human world is fascinating. I think there are a bunch of other freaks in there from, I don't know, Morgan's always exaggerating, but human monsters sounds exciting to me. I hope that answers your question.
Okay.
If not,
so,
piss off.
Morgan gets, you get a string on Morgan.
Sure.
And you gain the condition curious or jealous.
Oh, I'm so curious.
Okay. And someone stole your pelt, and they figured out how important it is to you. They've said they'll give it back to you if you do something for them. Who is that?
Oh, I gave it to Kitty, which is not what Catherine likes to be called. What's that timer for?
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always a huge fan of like the non-consensual nickname.
Yeah. I gave my pelt to Kitty because crybaby. It's really someone who I trust I can get it back from if I need to.
Okay.
But I don't know, Morgan says if I keep it, then I'm just going to just abandon her. And I've thought about it a few times, really.
Alrighty.
I'm not a bad person, I'm a bored person. It's a difference, right? Yeah.
So you gain a string on Catherine, and Catherine, you gain a string on to Frey.
This is fun. I'm entering the game with 2 strings more. The werewolf and ghost. 10. This will be interesting.
Okay.
And curious.
We have strings and conditions. Okay. So safety measures. During the game, if something comes up that is something you don't want to, a subject you don't want brought up, something is bothering you, somebody has said something that's making you feel uncomfortable, we're going to use the X card. The way we do this in video is to put up both your arms like this, or to type in X in the chat window. I will try to check that as quickly as I can, but I unfortunately do miss it sometimes. So please do the video if you can. Also, you're free to walk away at any point. You are not bound to be here if this if something happens and you need to be elsewhere for whatever reason. Please step away and close your video if necessary. Okay, so Dominic, you have a giant house for a party, 2-story on the beach. Is it yours or is it something that you've taken recently?
I'm sorry. At this, were you speaking to me? Because I just got a ping from the help desk channel that I was clearing.
I understand. So you have a wonderful house on the beach, 2 stories, very nice. Is this something that you own, or have you taken it from someone recently?
I wouldn't say taken. I would say caused them to give. The original owner still lives here, but in the smaller guest bedroom, and I just use the rest of the house for myself. She cooks. She washes my clothes even though I don't sweat. That sort of thing.
Okay. Is she here for the party tonight?
I gave her the night off, by which I mean she's in the bedroom with her door locked.
I see. Okay. So no one should go into that room to have sex. Okay? Just a warning for everybody.
Who would want to have sex indoors?
That's true. There's an entire beach and a bonfire.
Got the hot tub, dummy.
So are you greeting people as they show up, Dominic? Or are you delegating tasks to one of your minions?
I think the majority of the party is sort of out on the beach.
Oh, okay.
If you said storms are always threatening, if there's not lightning actually coming down,
There's just clouds off in the distance.
Cool. Then I don't really go through the bother of actually greeting people because I expect that they'll come to me and ask to be acknowledged. So it doesn't feel necessary for me to actually seek every newcomer out.
So where are you at right now?
I'm standing standing next to like an Adirondack chair, made of wood, that is conveniently it's a few feet from the steps up to the house, but it faces slightly away from the way you would have to approach the house. So it's like I just slightly have my back to everyone that is coming to the party. So they actually have to come around in front of me in order to say hello.
Okay.
But I am standing in a very totally not calculated pose. Absolutely have never looked at myself in the mirror doing this.
Okay, I love that, but I forgot to do one thing, so let me do that really quickly. So Jackson, do you know that Morgan is alive or not?
No, I think it would actually be interesting if we were headed into town for Morgan to prove, like, to like, she told me that I killed someone, and you're taking me back in there to like show me that they're dead, but they're not.
So you're saying that Catherine doesn't know either, and they want to prove it to you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or like I think it's a way to try to jog my memory of what happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming back.
Okay, great. So let's flip to Frey. Yeah. You've shown up at the party. You're at the house, but it looks like most of the party is out on the beach.
Anything? Anything interesting in any of the drawers?
In any of the what?
Drawers? Like you pull it open.
Which room are you in?
The kitchen, I guess.
Knives?
Oh no,
There's some.
I'll probably grab one of the nice, any of those futuristic Chinese knives with the miracle names. I'm gonna grab one of those. Put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Oh, purse.
So you got
no,
a
I got a
backpack?
purse. Catherine told me that you don't bring a backpack everywhere, so I have a purse now.
Okay. So you got a nice knife in your purse.
Nice.
So some people are getting high in the living room, and most of the party is out on the beach. What do you do?
Is there a hot tub, Dominic?
Dominic is outside and
I'm
downstairs.
asking about his house. I'm asking about the house he doesn't own. Is there a hot tub?
I don't know. Is there?
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy to
I'll
have one.
a hot tub on the deck just so I can watch the whole party. I mean, I've been on that beach enough, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm going to strip down to my bikini as soon as it's socially acceptable, fold up my clothes, put them in a corner. Keep the purse, though. It's waterproof.
Waterproof purse. Okay. So we're going to continue on with you. What else are you doing?
I'm just going to relax and see who comes over to me. I'm just going to take a lot of boys are into me, especially with the being wet all the time. And I'm going to let the party come to me for once.
Okay. So you're hoping that some boys will come over to you.
Girls or whatever.
Boys or girls.
Yeah,
Okay. So we'll come back to you then.
Please do.
Okay. So, Catherine, you and Jackson are standing outside the door to the house. How have you prepped Jackson for this? What have you told her?
So to clarify, I don't know that Morrigan's back, or I do know that Morrigan's back.
Well,
Jackson.
I think you know that I killed her, but I'll leave it up to you if you know that she's back.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
kind of like that. I don't know, but the pitch is like, come on, we've got to come back and like get closure, move on, like heal, and then
Yeah,
the
that she's
twist
just
is
there.
like, just kidding, your past is back to like literally haunt you. So,
Yeah, I like that too.
so yeah, so I kind of envision this scene as weirdly enough, like Catherine's prepping Jackson and like it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine, like we've got this. But then she's like nervously maybe like grabbing for Jackson's fingers for some like physical comfort because she's like, oh, I like these people I haven't seen for a while and like they might not recognize me. It looks so different. So she's got a lot of like internal trauma going on and is like seeking out this little like tiny like physical comfort.
So what do you say to what? Continue on. Like,
Oh, so just
I mean, Jackson.
I
what
guess
do you
like,
say?
oh yeah, go Jackson.
Yeah, I think I'll reciprocate. Like, I think that over this amount of time, you have kind of convinced me that I did do this thing, but I'm like uncomfortable with it, and I'm trying to come to terms with it. So it's a reciprocal thing. So when you touch my hands, I'll touch back, and then I'm like just as nervous, but I think I just look cooler about it because I'm rugged and savage, right?
Yeah, totally. And when you do, it's like in almost like a frightening way. Catherine like latches on that little bit tighter, like she's really holding your hand as they're about to like enter this place. Um, and yeah,
and then I think if you do it too tight, I'm like, I think somebody needs a drink. And we'll go in and look
like,
for
we'll go in.
the good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys head into the kitchen where the booze is.
And one less knife.
Yeah.
And a drawer that's open.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And a pile of Catherine might recognize my clothes in the corner because I think I borrow a lot of your clothes because I don't have a lot of human clothes.
That sounds about right.
So yeah, there's definite evidence. There's the pile of clothes and a missing knife, and that means that you know that Tefray is there.
Mhm.
Maybe not the knife part. Anyway, I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah,
So, you guys are drinking, and so an NPC is going to come up, and we have a file that I want to make you aware of if you are not already. The answers PDF, where I have plenty of NPCs and things like that. And Wilson Jack is there. Wilson Jack is next in line to be the chief of the Ucluelet First Nations. And Wilson comes up to the two of you, and he's like, "Man, this is a great party. You know, Dominic really knows how to throw one."
Do we know Dominic's name?
Yes, you spent
Yeah.
entire season.
Oh yeah, right. This is season 2. Okay, so I think I freeze up, and you know this because we're holding hands, so I sort of like go really tense.
And I think likewise, Catherine like chokes on her drink a little bit, um, and Esther like has to like pat it down a bit because like even though she knows it's Dominic's party and stuff, like she's that name just like goes right down her spine. And she may inquire. I don't know. She might ask like where Dominic is at this point. Be like, yeah, is he around?
Oh yeah,
Places?
Dominic's down the stairs. He's out on the beach, you know. Really chill guy. Hey, you two do what you want, but I wouldn't be holding hands. Morgan's just around the corner somewhere. She'll see you. I think she might freak out, you know.
And this is when like Catherine like looks to Jackson. Is there a new kid around?
Is there what?
And like, is there a new kid called Morgan?
Oh yeah.
No. I mean, like Fraser, weren't you? Not Fraser. Sorry. Jackson, weren't you and Morgan an item? I mean, oh shit. I'm sorry. Like, did y'all?
Nobody's paying attention to me.
I think I say like that's not funny, and then I like storm off. Like I try to run away, maybe.
Okay. Why don't
And
you?
I think like as yeah,
Go ahead.
you roll first. I was saying if Jackson is gonna storm off, it's like Catherine's gonna like wilt a bit because she's lost like that emotional safety net that she's at this party. Now she's like, oh jeez. So now she's gonna react.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Okay. Well, let's see if you run away.
Yeah, volatile is +1. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, that fails hard. Not even pips.
Right.
I got a
Okay.
4 5.
So take an experience point.
Oh yeah. I'm about to learn some shit.
And let's see. I'm going to pause there for a moment, but I will come back with something nasty and dangerous for you.
Okay.
No.
So, Tefray, you're just hanging out, waiting for someone to come over, and
no one is.
Except for now.
Oh, who is?
So Morgan walks up. She's got some like a sweater and some shorts over a one piece, and she's got like a Corona or something in her hand, and she's like,
Drugs? Really? You could get her and die or something.
"Ouch!"
I know.
Shit.
Death is painful.
Are you shutting Morgan down?
Yeah, I definitely am.
Okay, they've said absolutely nothing to you.
I saved this person's life, and I don't want to hang out with them all the time, and I don't know how to convey this. That's a 9.
Okay, so
I'm gonna take a string on them because you don't have any. I'm gonna use a string on them to make that a 10.
you're going to use a string that you have on them to make it a 10. Okay.
Yep.
All
I'm
right.
gonna say they gain a condition, and I'm feeling real good. They take 1 forward.
Okay, take 1 forward then. So you've shut her down.
I'll say she's fuck off.
Just say, I'm gonna go with compliant. How about that?
Compliant. Okay, I will add that.
If you're gonna do drugs, I should be doing them with you. And 2, it's not nice to spend all your time with me. I'm boring. I'm so boring.
You're
Right?
passive aggressive is what you are. And
I don't know what that means. You keep calling me that. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay. You obviously don't want me around.
Yeah, but I want you to still like me. Is that passive aggressive? To want to be friends with people when they're not around?
Fine. Let's be friends.
Yay! Do I have to give you things now? Or do you have to cheat off my homework? That's a lot of. High school's harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. I'm gonna go elsewhere.
That's the plan, isn't it?
So she leaves. And
start singing Radiohead so people come over and hang out with me. I saw a Coca-Cola commercial where everyone started singing and hanging out, and I thought that my haunting Selkie song would do a similar thing. I'm gonna say they stumble and trance towards me, but stop before injuring themselves. For people in my immediate vicinity, and hopefully Catherine.
So you're doing your song, but you're not soaking wet?
I am. I'm in the hot tub.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yep.
So you start singing, and everyone's giving you their full attention, and you said they stumbled towards you?
Oh, I think someone takes out their acoustic guitar. That feels like what happens at these sorts of parties.
Okay, sure.
On the G chord.
Let's look on the list here. Is there somebody on the NPC list that you think pulls out the guitar?
I think it is Lacey Fraser, who is also musically talented.
Okay, Lacey Fraser pulls out a guitar and starts playing with you as you sing. The sliding door closes just before you start singing, and as Jackson is trying to escape the situation with Wilson Jack, he runs directly into Morgan.
Oh shit. Okay. I think I actually collide off of her then.
Okay.
And then I just start stuttering and stammering, and then I put my hand on her cheek and I say that I knew you weren't dead.
So I see that you're creeping over there, Catherine. Just to be clear.
Can I totally creep on that?
Yeah. Do you have a move that's related to that? I think.
I definitely do. I have when I silently witness someone in their most private moment. Gain a string on them.
Weirdo, and then we just see you leaning over the couch or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, you didn't have enough strings on me, so that's for sure.
I was gonna say, really stopping for some Jackson strings.
Yeah.
I
like the shot of just you can see Catherine in the background, just wide, haunted-eyed, watching them.
Want to have control.
So let's let that tension build for just a moment, and I will come back to you. Dominic, there's a lot of singing going up at the hot tub. A lot of big noise going on.
Yeah, I'm not so much about Radiohead, you know. Um, what I do is I take out my phone with which I control the media server
Uh-huh.
in the house, and there are outdoor Bluetooth speakers, right? So
Okay.
I put on a Janelle Monáe track really, really loud.
Okay.
I kind of I want to. I'm barely like so. I'm not the deck with the hot tub is kind of a level up and farther away from the house than where I am. I'm not farther away, but not that close to me.
Sure.
So yeah, but yeah, it's so from this distance, I maybe don't get the supernatural effect of the Selkie's song. I just kind of get the edges of it, and at that point, it just makes my neck itch. So I pump up the volume.
Okay. Tefray, you are being outblasted.
I think he's shutting me down indirectly.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Dominic.
Which I'm going to respond to by splashing the speakers, but he still gets to roll it.
Yeah, why don't you roll cold to shut down Tefray?
Yes, sir. Double checking because I just did this. Okay, I'm rolling +2. Uh-oh. Wait, that's the wrong roll for your party page. This one is the right one. Reroll. Shit. That's an 11.
Okay. So, I'll bring that up again.
I guess the hot tub isn't so hot. Oh.
Right.
All right. Choose all but choose 2.
I'm there. And actually, I get an extra pick.
Yeah, you normally get 1.
Right, I'm on the page. I got it. Thanks. So I'm going to choose. Do you have any strings on me?
No, I have no connection to your character.
Good.
My backstory was, how do you feel about the NPC? And I'm like,
I'm taking a string on you, and you gain it. And I'm taking 1 forward. I'm not going to throw a condition yet.
Yeah, because I don't think you did it on purpose. You're just reasserting yourself more than.
Right. Absolutely. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a string and taking 1 forward.
Okay. So
can we take a short bathroom break?
Okay, sure. Bio break.
Sorry.
Yeah, that would be lovely because I didn't have a stretch between the last game and this.
Okay, let's take about
Thanks.
7 minutes.
Thanks.
Okay. Cool. I'm loving this, by the way. This is good.
I'm glad. Awesome.
Cool. I'll be right back as well. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. 1 second.
Okay.
So, Mark,
Yes.
I'm curious, like, is this what you had in mind at all for the Queen?
Um, I was simply
Oh, the ghost,
hoping.
sorry.
I was simply hoping that the ghost would um have like a good connection with the werewolf, which you've done. Everything after
Oh,
that
cool.
is like surprise me. Do what you're going to do. So I think you're doing great.
So the thing in the back of my brain is I was in this really amazing LARP a few weeks ago, where you were playing Midsummer Night. It was set in high school where you were attending drama class on like a Saturday to prepare for like a play. And the play was a Midsummer Night's Dream, but then your characters were also embodying like the Midsummer Night's Dream characters. And
Okay.
I got gifted with Helena, and Helena's jam is that she's in love with everyone, but no one like loves her back really, and she tries really hard to establish these relationships with people, and they just all kind of fall apart. And so that's kind of what I have in the back of my brain, where like she's um, trying to like now foster these connections with people since she's not queen bee anymore. She really has to work for this stuff. And she's got this connection with the werewolf, but I really want to see where Fraser takes it with Morrigan. Is it going to like, like what's that going to do, kind of thing? So yeah, I'm just all I have in the back of my head is like Helena from Midsummer Night's Dream.
That's great. I just think so long as like I've played in enough con games that I know that most people find one thing interesting about a character, and then that's what they run with. They don't have time to think about all of the nuances. So I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm just saying that like just find something to latch onto and just run with it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Are you having a problem, Lauren?
No, I was just gushing about my character.
Okay.
I was just saying that I sort of envision her kind of like. Are you familiar with like Midsummer Night's Dream at all?
Somewhat.
So
Mostly
like
through
I
the
was,
Sandman comic.
I was saying I did like a high school LARP a few weeks ago, where you were drama kids on like preparing for a play on Saturday. And the play you're doing is a Midsummer Night's Dream, but then your character you're playing also embodies character in the play. So I got to be Helena, and Helena's thing is like she's always like second tier, never quite the best. She's in love with everyone, but never quite gets the guy, and it's like broken a lot of her friendships and stuff like that. And so that's what I have going on in the back of my mind with this ghost is she's no longer at the top. She's trying super hard to foster like whatever friendship relationships happening with the werewolf, and I'm really excited to see how Morrigan like gets in that, and if Helena's if Catherine's gonna go down that kind of route with like vengeful spirit, like I tried so hard for this and it still isn't working out.
Yeah.
You friends.
So I'm gonna leave the hot point.
I'm sorry.
Pardon?
I'm definitely gonna try and I'm gonna ask whoever the Lorraine with the guitar why the music turned on and how to turn it off.
Oh, okay.
I definitely lost my chill.
So Dominic, you've got the music turned up, and it looks like things are returning to normal.
Wait, Catherine, you didn't give me my first task with the pelt. You get to ask me to do something.
Oh,
As part of my strings.
Yeah, I feel like phrasing it, it's gonna be something to do with like rekindling isn't the right verb that I want, but like some kind of I want you to have my back with fixing things with Dominic.
Oh. And that's the guy
That
who's
kind of thing.
this?
That's the guy that's hosting the party.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm definitely gonna find you at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Once we done, we left Jackson on quite a cliffhanger though, so I don't want to jump over that anymore.
Yeah. I want to see how that resolves.
Yeah. Well, everybody gets to keep on waiting. So,
You know, so he has to leave for his next day.
You're so mean. I love it.
So things are returning to normal, Dominic. But I'm not sure that the party's going is the party going the way you want it to? It seems like a lot of people are gathering inside instead of outside, and they're not walking past you. What do you want to do about that?
Well, we're on a beach, and I've been rewatching Veronica Mars with Rich Rogers, and so what I'm going to do, there's a driftwood bonfire set up but not yet lit, and so I'm going to walk over and light the newspaper and stuff that's already set up there as kindling, and get the fire going. And then once I see that it's sort of started taking, it'll take a while for it to get up into full party bonfire mode. I will head back inside or head back towards the house. And I'm not clear on where Jackson and Morrigan are. But if my path happens to intersect them, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Okay. So, I think we've established that the hot tub is off to the side. That you could walk past the hot tub without having to like move around it.
Right.
But to Frey, you do see that Dominic is walking by. I don't know if you want to do anything when you see him, or
turn down your music, please. We were having a thing. I point to the Lorraine with the guitar.
I'm having a party.
Yeah, you sing at a party. It's part of it.
No.
Oh yeah.
Not at my parties. And this is my party.
No one goes to them except for this one example where people probably heard I was coming and therefore attended.
This is like a shutdown.
Yeah, I definitely got the best of that situation, so I'm going to roll.
Shit.
A few better at disrespect. I rolled a 9.
Okay, total.
So you don't have a string on me. I'm going to cancel your string on me. You can give me a condition. Or I'm going to take advantage of the fact you're calculating and just throw words at you until you're just flabbergasted. Like you're trying to think of the perfect comeback, and I'm already 3 arguments down the road. Does that make sense?
All right. So, are you giving me a condition, or are you taking a string, or canceling my string?
+1.
What?
I'm gonna take advantage of your condition to get a +1 on my roll, which would take it to a 10.
Oh wow,
So
that's interesting.
Yep.
So
it's hard to be calculating against someone who's extremely stupid. I'm going to say you lose your string on me, and I'm going to gain a string on you because you don't have any on me.
Okay, so you're...
Why do you get 2 from the...
Oh, no, you're right. I only get 1. I'm going to say you lose a string on me. I'm so used to pick 2 systems where you get 10, you pick 2.
Yeah,
this
okay. All right.
Don't get a
so you're channeling Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber to play this and take advantage of that condition, or...
I think that character's just from such a different tableau than yours, and her default assumption is that men are to be manipulated and then drowned. That definitely tougher than most high schoolers you've dealt with. I think there's some stupidity there, but I think it's more just cultural difference.
Okay, because you really just literally called out saying that you were taking advantage of my calculating because it's hard to be calculating against someone that's dumb.
Yeah, I think she's...
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't count on her, I think. Would be a better way to put it.
Okay, so you're responding with just like... So Dominic is saying something, and then you're just responding with something so dumb that there's just no response to it.
Yeah,
Is that
I
what
think
you're saying?
it's learning, the gift of gab.
And then you just keep on talking.
I just smile when he seems like he's finished talking. It's like, actually, your party isn't that bad. I just think it's really loud in here, and we'd like if you turn it down.
I just walk away.
Okay.
Oh, hear me.
All right, so we're going to pause on that and jump back a few moments. Morgan is standing there looking at Jackson. She's a slight bit smaller than Jackson, and that was before you became a werewolf. And she's kind of she's kind of fluttering like a leaf, you know. She's just moving back and forth, and she's like, Jackson, where have you been?
The night of the season finale, I ran away. I don't know when that was, but that night, I just had to leave. I think I drank so much that I like blacked out and I woke up in the woods.
You woke up in the woods, but
Yeah, it was really dark and it was really creepy.
are you? But so you don't? Do you want to apologize?
It's too late to apologize. For so out of character, do I like I'm playing up that I don't remember what I did, but does she look the same? Like, is there indications that she is
Oh,
altered?
so if you were to like, so the reason she's wearing a one piece is that like her stomach, like you kind of
Ripped it open.
ripped it open. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
scars there.
All right.
So if you were to see that, you would see that she's changed. But no, she doesn't look any different than before.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep playing that up. I'm just like, apologize for what? For drinking? Did I say something really mean to you?
Say something.
I can be a really angry drunk. I know that. I like put out my hand and I'm like, I know, you know.
You're blaming this on alcohol? Oh
What?
my fucking God.
And the song on the speakers just transitions to blame it on the alcohol.
Well, why don't you tell me? I think I get like a little bit more defensive now, and I'm like, why don't you tell me what I did, and then I'll apologize for it, thinking it'll be not so bad.
You really don't remember, do you?
No, I don't remember. I think I even like the idea of the scene. Like, I'm gonna spend a string on her to tempt her to actually just like be out with it and tell me. And the way that I do it is like the emotional trauma that I have over her is killing her. So I think I kind of get like a little rough with it and like put my hands on her shoulders and start shaking it. So from the outside on the TV show, you see me like shaking her and just saying like, just tell me. And you hear the alcohol song, and then
Right.
it goes behind the pain, and we see Catherine, and it's just like you don't even hear the music. It's just like no sound at all, and you just see me like shaking her.
She well, she doesn't like being shaked.
Probably not. That's fair.
So she pushes your arms off of her, and she says to you the words that you said to her as you were throwing her off the cliff.
Oh yeah, rough.
And like in her mind, like she's telling you what happened. Like she expects you to know. And when she doesn't see the recognition on your face, or does she?
Yeah,
Does that trigger it?
That might trigger it. Like, I think.
Let's just say it triggers. It just triggers that one bit where you're at the cliff.
Sure.
So you have the memory of throwing her off of a cliff.
Yeah, and I think I say, like, I had the strangest dream.
Dream. Okay.
Well, how could I have done that if you're right here? Start talking sense.
And she's like, no, I can't live this again. No. I'm going to go get something to drink. And she tries to push past you.
So she's shutting me down?
Yeah, NPCs can't roll though. So.
Oh, okay. I just am. Okay.
Well, no, you can tell me if you stop her.
Oh, yeah, I kind of like the idea of grabbing her hand and trying to kiss her. I think I'm like that kind of person where in our previous relationship I was very dominant, which is probably why I became a werewolf.
Okay.
And so I try to like do what a lot of aggressive people in relationships do and try to like smother it with like sex and being aggressive and such.
Okay. So it sounds like you're trying to turn her on. So why don't you roll hot for me?
Okay. Hot is, am I good at hot?
Yep.
I'm very good at hot. That's my thing, being hot. I got the red hair. I'm a Jezebel.
You got the tattoos on your knees?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that's not the best, but it's 9. And I guess, does she have a condition? No.
She does, doesn't she?
I don't think
Nice.
She would have. Yeah, she would have taken a condition. Hold on for just a sec. Compliance, one of them that she's got. Actually,
Oh, there.
compliant. Yeah.
It seems like that's what I'm doing.
All right. Let me just double check one thing and see if there's anything that's better than that.
Sure.
Where did I? There we go. If she were a PC, she would have chosen between.
Well, I gave her compliance, so that's fine. From the pool.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's going to make it easy enough to stop her from leaving.
Yeah, she doesn't get a condition from the starting questions. So I think compliant will work if that's what you want.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to do, right? Is like, I think I'm already starting to come to terms with this memory, but the way that I kill it is by making, like, in my mind, if I can make her be turned on and kiss me back and stuff, then that is her as good as me, like we have made restitution.
Okay, so she's kissing you, and that's when the door opens and Dominic walks in.
Oh, of course, what a cock block.
I just I pause and
So one thing I wanted to let you know, the ghoul has a hunger for you. I don't know if you've been letting them indulge that, but they over the past few weeks, Morgan has been really into you.
Well, that's someone is poaching.
Are you like a cat? If you actually got the mouse, you wouldn't know what to do with it?
Oh, I know what to do with it. So this is the moment when I think my whoever's the actor portrayed in the picture for my character is one of those rare souls on a CW or whatever show that has the ability to do that almost smile perfectly. It may be actually the only thing he's super good at, but that tiny change that indicates skeptical amusement is like one facial expression he's totally nailed. So you can absolutely see that on his face for a second before I step up and I simply say, welcome back, Jackson.
I feel like I want to go lash out. I mean, I've already turned on. Those things are similar feelings for me.
Yeah. It's very confusing.
Yeah, it is very confusing. So pause. Let's zoom in on Catherine. You've been watching. You've been
Very
learning.
creepily. Yeah.
I was going to pop up behind Catherine at some point. You can go in. You can tell me when, Kath.
Oh, wow.
I'm definitely going to catch you creeping because this is something you do to me sometimes.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Okay.
And I get to complain, but it's maybe it's more that you're doing this to others that makes me jealous more than the fact you're being creepy because I have very little sense of normal relationships. So you just hear a little squeak on the glass as you see me also peering in.
I like that, like the double creep.
What are we looking at? What are we looking? I lost it. There it is. What are we looking at?
Well, oh geez, I feel Catherine's just trying to take all of this in because like she's kind of just standing in the kitchen with her drink and has kind of like been half raised to her mouth the whole time, like, oh my god, like this is crazy. There's more again. And then there's Dominic, and I kind of feel like she feels even more isolated with all of this tension and drama going on. Like that fight might as well be a million miles away, even though it's only a few feet. And
Do you want to go down to the beach?
she maybe she does want to take a break from this, but then at the same time, she's really worried about Jackson because it looks super tense.
Okay.
But maybe you could coax her out to the beach.
Oh, but your task for me was to make Dominic be nice to you.
Yeah. I want you to have my back. Between myself and Dominic.
I don't think he likes me, and I think he defeated me by turning his music on loud.
Is that what you say?
Yeah, that's what I tell. That's why I try and whisper in Catherine's ear, but I still have to shout it over the music.
Well, what are you playing?
I was singing, and then he turned on music.
That is so weird because usually you have such a sultry voice. Like everyone loves your music.
Oh, you're definitely turning me on.
So compliments turn the Selkie on. Okay.
Yeah, compliment is the thing I know.
I could roll for that.
Okay. Why don't
She
you
also
roll
said
hot?
that I'm the winner, you know?
Why don't you roll hot then, Catherine?
Oh Jesus! I got. Hang on. What's my
-1.
negative? Okay, so that's a 10.
Nice.
Okay. So you
Look at all the
gain
moves.
a string on Tefray,
Mhm.
and Tefray has to choose from the list.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna promise you something you think you want. So
Okay.
I'm gonna drag you by the hand down to the beach.
Sounds like a plan.
Jackson can handle herself, right?
In
So
fact,
as
maybe
you-
that's how. Yeah, that makes sense. Like coaxing me away by Jackson's got this. Like he just needed a breather.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as you're leading Catherine away, Wilson Jack's like, "Hold on, ladies," and grabs some beers, and he's like, "I'll bring the party to you." So he's following you out there.
Who's doing this?
This is Wilson Jack.
Oh, the next in line chief of the Occlusive First Nations.
You clue it. Yep.
Yep.
So he'll head out there with you. So let's jump back. So Dominic just said, "Welcome back, Jackson." And you were thinking about lashing out physically?
Yeah. I was getting super pissed. I'm just looking at moves as well, see if anything would be interesting. Maybe heightened senses would be interesting. It seemed like a charged situation.
Okay. So, roll with dark.
Alrighty, Roo.
Alrighty, Roo. This is Monsterhearts.
Yeah.
I'll do it, champ.
I got a 9 minus 1 is 8.
Okay. So
Which is 7
take one
9 ask 1.
and take one for it.
Yeah. I think I wanna know what is Dominic's secret weakness.
Dominic's secret weakness. Do you want to answer, Dominic, or should I?
I'd rather you did, since this is the second season.
And it's garlic.
He hates this stuff.
Yeah.
Pineapple on pizza.
I have a mild allergy to alliums. Yeah.
My character has a weakness for the Great British Bake Off.
Okay. So your heightened senses. Dominic, if you're okay with this, Dominic actually has feelings from Oregon.
Oh.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
And maybe that just happened too. Like he just like I maybe if it's heightened senses, I smell like the pheromones, right? And maybe
Actually,
Dom.
You hear the heartbeat.
Oh, he has a heart.
Bump. Butt dump. You hear the butt dump, that means his BPM.
It's a very, very slow heartbeat, but it's a heartbeat. Yeah, I think that's great that maybe it's this exact moment when I saw what I saw that I realized those feelings.
So I think my main goal is to hurt Dom, so I am gonna be a bitch and use Morgan to that purpose, and I just like lean into her to try to like kiss her even more in front of Dom.
Nice. I love when you shut someone down by kissing someone else.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to show him up, right? Show him what he doesn't got.
Fraser can decide.
Well, I guess it would depend on how Dom takes it, really. Like, do you feel like that would be shutting you down?
I feel like it definitely triggers something.
So what do you do, Dominic? When
yeah, that's I think that
maybe you're trying to keep your cool, even.
Yeah, I think that's actually that's the right choice, because I think I'm afraid that I'm having feelings. For because the way that move is worded is act despite fear, and I think that this realization messes with my head, because that is a weakness, and I don't dig weakness.
Okay.
So I will do that.
So roll cold for me.
I am cold rolling. Reroll selected. Oh.
Oh no.
That's a 5.
Ouch. Ouch.
Technically, it's a 6 because you have +1 forward. So
it really doesn't matter at all. Right?
Well, it could if there was a
string to use.
Yeah. Or a condition.
I have.
Yeah, I would love to just take the fail on this. This is absolutely fine. That player goal that I talked about of a moment of doubt is
looming
exactly here. So.
Cool.
Well, I am tempted. Let me read something real quick. Yeah. Dominic?
So actually, I'm sorry. There's a thing that I didn't do. I skipped the actual fiction because there's I didn't actually act. I just decided to roll, and I apologize for that.
Okay.
I think what I'm saying, despite that fear, is what I'm doing is actually repeating myself. I said, "Welcome back, Jackson." So I'm not doing anything physical, but I'm trying to reestablish some sense of not being ignored, some sense of dominance in the situation, and that is what I was pushing through to do. It may not happen, but that's where I was trying to go.
Okay. Very cool. Unfortunately, you failed.
Yeah. Maybe before I kiss her, I say, "It's good to be home."
You suck so hard.
Yeah, get it, Jackson.
So Dominic, you are going to turn darkest self.
Oh yeah. What does that mean? I'm bad.
Oh man, I've got to go look at my darkest self. Give me a second.
Sure. Page 9.
I'm there.
Why don't you read it to everyone?
Oh, everyone is my pawn, my plaything. I hurt them and make them vulnerable for sport like a cat does with a mouse.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
amazing.
I'll even drain them dry, though I'll certainly take my time first. I escape my darkest self when I'm put in my rightful place by someone more powerful than me.
Oh.
Oh, wow, that's going to be fun. Oh, wow. So,
Do you want to think about it for a little bit?
yes, please get away from me.
Okay. So
Thank you.
that happens. So Frey and Catherine and Wilson are all out at the bonfire.
Yep.
Okay.
I have a great way to get Wilson away from me. I'm going to take him down to the shoreline, make sure my hair is extra damp. And then I'm just going to coo a few chords of Adele into his ear until he starts bawling. Because
Okay.
that's everything I can do with my song if they're focusing on me. They connect with its emotions and begin crying. And Adele is the most emotive human singer.
Okay.
So I assume that he's going to want to leave me and Catherine alone after.
So you jumped into the ocean then?
Yeah, I jump into the ocean. I didn't even put on my clothes in between. I'm still in my bikini.
Okay. So Wilson is on the shore and you start singing and he turns from Catherine to listen. Catherine, you can hear it too. And it connects with you. It makes you really sad. You're going to begin crying over this. I don't know if you noticed, but the power the
Yep.
move itself tells
Anyone who can hear it.
yeah. So
But for me, it was.
Yeah.
I'm not sing it softly, but I think once he leaves, I'm going to sing it louder and directly to Catherine. Because she's the one who played this for once.
well, I don't know that he's going to leave. I mean,
Oh, well,
while you're singing, he's going to give you his full attention. Like
nice.
he's going to like go in the water and like be there next to you, and he's going to be like, "That's so beautiful, to Frey."
But for me, it isn't over. Some might know fine. So what are you doing, Catherine?
Well,
I'm not singing that song
so you're-
accurately in that octave, in this accent right now.
So, but you're not responding
Well-
to Wilson
No,
Jack at
I
all?
just give him I boop him on the nose.
Okay.
Just feel it. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. All right.
Okay. Catherine, how do you respond?
yeah, well, so we see Catherine, she's sitting by the bonfire. She hasn't gone with to Frey and Wilson. She's just by herself, and she starts weeping. And that physical act kind of like breaks down a lot of mental stuff that she was holding on to. So she starts crying about how she's gonna lose Jackson after she just like rekindled this thing they have going on. She's not sure where it's going, but she saw her making out with Morrigan, and now like she's now she's by herself again. And now Tefray's left her and she's alone and no one likes her. And so that's kind of like how she's just having a big ball by herself by the bonfire.
So is this your unresolved trauma coming up?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So you choke up and gain the condition traumatized.
Excellent.
And if someone helps you resolve this condition, you both mark experience.
Mm-hmm.
So Wilson, like he comes to the shore and he sees you, Catherine, and he's like, are you okay?
And she's just gonna be like, no, I'm fine. Like I'm trying to speak through it, but she's clearly not fine.
And so he sits down beside you, and what's going on? I thought you were the queen of this school, and now what happened?
Bye, Jack. Bye, Will. I just come up. I push him out of the way. I'll sit on his lap if I have to. But I'm just shutting him down by paying no attention to him. You're gonna drink beers and have fun with the girls, but now it's girl time. Sorry. Bye. Hit the road.
Okay. Roll to shut down Wilson.
Well, got a 9.
Oh, okay. So he has no strings on you?
Yeah, I'll gain a string on him and
Okay.
Use it to tell him to leave.
Okay. He leaves.
He gets to give me a condition now. I'm sure it's a 5-letter word.
Rude.
Hmm?
He's like,
I was expecting.
you're really rude. You know that?
You invited yourself to hang out with us. That wasn't polite. And now you made the poor bear cry. All right, right. Give me that sweet salt, Caddy. Right into my shoulder. There we go. And I'm going to be patting her.
Okay.
Have you told me that you died?
I don't think she's told anyone. Like, I don't think that's like she hasn't even acknowledged the fact that she's like dead. That's like she's got so much crap to deal with. She's not even got to that point yet.
What's different than a normal teenage girl, I guess? Is there any way I could pick up on it?
I guess like she's just really not even like cold to the touch, but you like if you would touch her, you just there's no like tactile response there.
I poke you a few times, and then I notice I have to use my fingernail to get you to react. That kind of thing.
Yeah, and she just doesn't really like respond because she can't really feel anything.
I just slowly if I was a little meaner, I'd just try and write my name in your back with my fingernail. But and I just want to say, hey, crybaby, what's going on? Come on, this isn't a public place.
And she's like sobbing and she's just like I don't know, I just got really sad all of a sudden, and I think it's like no one even cares about me anymore. I'm just like there's a fun party going on and I'm here with you by myself, and
That's what I crawl into your lap. I just put my legs and arms around you. A big wet hug.
She'll reciprocate and like cry a lot onto your shoulder, and she's just like, I just wish Dominic hadn't done this. He's ruined my life.
Other people, no, it's about us or you. Your problems started before Dominic, darling, and they're going to be solved before he helps you.
What are you proposing?
Well, I think we'd make out a bit, but there's got to be a step between here and there, I think. Look, you're not a normal girl. You're probably like an alien or something. You're not from the sea. You're not from land. You're not fish. You're not fowl. I think that you might want to figure out what's going on with you. You're probably a lesbian. But that's fine. Men are for dragging to their death anyway under boats. But I think you're crying, but you don't know what you're crying about. So let's go back to the drawing board. Why are you so sad? What's the saddest thing you remember?
Well, I just feel like I don't exist.
Oh, you do? Otherwise, I'm crazy, and I'm not. So I'm talking to someone.
Aw, that means so much. Thank you. And she's just like maybe cries a little bit more again, but like, it's like happy tears.
This is probably the person at the school minds least because I like being completely wet. So I'm just like, yeah, keep it a little bit over here, a little bit over here. I make you switch shoulder.
Yeah, because your shoulder's saturated by now.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm very flat. Yeah, I wipe your face with my hair, which is not a very pleasant feeling, but.
And maybe she says like, I just thank you for caring. I feel like you're the only person in this stupid fucking place who cares.
I do, yeah, probably. But what's that mean? I mean, you care about you, right?
I don't even know if I do anymore.
What are you gonna do? Kill yourself? Then you put me in a situation where I have to care about you, but I can't hang out with you.
Yeah, that'd be pretty terrible. And like she laughs a bit, like she's coming out of her like glum stupor because she finds it woman humor kind of funny. And she said, I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I just at this point I might as well be dead.
Did you
But
try?
you changed that.
Yeah. I swam here, so I'd like to find a place a little more private. I don't want you to have to open up.
I got to ride with Jackson.
All right. Oh, can you call a lift or something, or a car or something to your house, or like a private place? Or there's actually a cove a little bit down the beach if you walk with me.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. So what's
she'll go to the cove.
Your sex move?
Pardon?
That's I think we're gonna fade to black here. I hope you do
And I'm gonna
through
invisible.
obsessing another person.
So you two walk off.
Yep.
It sounds like your trauma may be resolved. Is that correct? For now, at least, the traumatized condition might be gone. So
That sounds about right.
okay. So take away the traumatized condition, and Tefray and Catherine both gain an XP. And we're going to flip back to Paul, Jackson, and Morgan. Sorry, not Paul. Dominic, Jackson, and Morgan.
We established, right? You told me that Morgan's hunger was
For you.
me.
Yep.
So, in the middle of the kiss, this renewed screw you kiss,
Yes.
I am going to simply just, in a low, soft but commanding tone, I say, Morgan.
And she breaks the kiss and turns around.
I'm glad she's an NPC.
So what you're saying is that you're glad that I have to deal with it. So
Yes.
so Morgan turns and looks at you, and she blushes.
There's this whole bonfire there lit outside, so I'm actually just gonna sort of nod my head towards the door and expect her to come to me and walk out the door with me towards the bonfire.
Do you have hypnotize, Paul?
No, I don't.
Yet.
Yeah, not yet, but she is hungry. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
So, And
Okay.
I think you gave me a string on her, but I forgot to write it down. Did you give me a string on her?
Let's say I did.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and spin that string. To tempt her to do what I want.
Okay. You can see a ton of emotions on Morgan's face as she looks back at Jackson and then at you. And she begins walking towards, like she takes one step towards the door and turns around to face Jackson, and she says, "I'm sorry." And then
Could she say, like, you already killed me once and, like, show the stomach or something? Because I still haven't even learned that she died.
Okay. She I've already established that she has like a one piece on.
Oh, yeah.
But
even just saying that, maybe that's the
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
finally brooks it, right? You
Yeah.
already killed me once, and then it's like, whoa, 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 flashback.
she says, she's like, "You lost your chance with me when you killed me."
Which is really fair if you think about it.
Yeah, some girls are just like that, I guess.
So is that?
And she begins walking out with Dominic, or she begins walking out.
I think it might be me needing to keep my cool.
Okay. If you're afraid right now, then that's definitely what you should do.
Yeah, I think like I'm reliving that experience of having killed her finally, and the fear is that it's true.
Okay.
It is.
So roll cold.
Cold it is. -1. And I was yellow. Yeah. Reroll. Wow, I got a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you so she's compliant, which she's being compliant to Dominic right now. Do you have any strings on her that you want to? I don't think you do you?
Yeah, I did because I turned her on.
Okay.
And then I guess I had another one.
If you
but I kind of like the character arc of me turning, not like a new leaf, but me actually realizing that it's fair to let her go since I did kill her.
Okay. So on a 7 to 9, I will tell you how your actions could leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it.
Sounds good.
If you want to be a part of her life, it's going to have to be on her terms. And if you act on that, you know that Dominic is more important to her. So you will, unless you're into polyamory, you're not going to be with her in that way ever again.
And that's when the Twin Peaks theme song comes on. I like that. Yeah, I think there's like a realization that she's lost a splayed across my face, and then yeah, you can maybe just let me dwell in that a little bit.
That is very first episode of a second season after that dramatic cliffhanger ending. So that feels great.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to end here. So, Catherine, do you? How far does it go to Frey? Do you go and make out
all the way, but no farther?
Yeah, I definitely want to activate the 6 move.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a string on Jackson because it's the only person I could take a string on with my move.
Well, let's read them.
Sure.
Let's see here.
for the benefit of the viewing audience.
When you have sex with someone, it counts as submerging yourself in water. Since all oceans tell you their secrets, gain a string on someone else they've had sex with.
Oh, have you had sex with anyone, Catherine?
Not on screen.
All right.
But
Well, in season
So-
I don't know.
So I don't think you gain a string on anybody then.
guess not. But you know,
And the ghost,
take the maidenhead. That's
when you have sex with someone, you both get to ask a question of one another. This can be asked in character or player to player, and you must answer honestly and directly. No dissemination on this one.
Do you want to go first?
dissembling.
Dissembling.
How could I make you happy once you figured out that you're dead?
Stay with me.
Easy
Okay.
enough. All right.
And then my question in return is going to be, will you leave me like everyone else?
No, I'll leave you better than everyone else. No, I don't. I like my kitty. You're weird.
Aw, you too.
I realized that Tipray goes to the thing of trying to get dressed again, and then realizing she only has a bikini. It's like, well, this is easier than usual.
You always borrow my clothes anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I left some of your clothes in the kitchen.
Ugh. I hope
I can
they're
go
all
up
still there when I get
bargain.
back.
People would make fun of me, and in fact, they do.
Okay.
I think
So-
I'm getting what they call bullied. Anyway, I just give you the kind of Lacey Evans, just the slugger to the chin, and then just start kissing you again. I need someone to protect me, someone tough, like my kitty.
Oh, I'm not that tough, but you're
I
kind.
don't know. Then I'll find someone else. No, I'm just kidding. And I see how much better too, and I'm like, didn't mean it like that. And we can cut away.
Aw. That's so sweet.
I still reach into your stuff to see if you have my pelt, though.
Fair, and she does.
Have I shown you how it works yet?
I don't think so. I think you just shoved it in my hands and were like, or at least I have. I don't know how it works.
All right. Well, now that you know that you died and that you're back, zombie girl, I wanted to show you this, and I show you how my pelt works. I turn to a seal. I swim super fast. I come off, take it off, shake it off, and hand it back to you.
And Catherine is just sort of like staring flabbergasted at this, like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, I'm Irish.
This is strange.
Is that?
Yeah, fair.
I don't live anywhere.
Uh,
I think that would have come up before. I think you've just been unobservant. Is really hurting me there.
Yeah, I am kind of self-centered. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You can make it up to me.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
most people
Now we
would have
can cut
figured
away.
out you were a seal. Hello, it's been there all along. Did you not watch it?
Most of the people I interact with in my life, I've drowned. So I'm not socially great at things. Blame
That's
me,
fine.
but
I
yeah,
like
that's,
Okay. So, we're going to move forward to the next day of school, or the first day of the semester, and we will do so after we take a break. So,
all right. Catch everyone in 5.
Yep, see you in 5.
What are you running at 11? Or what are you running in the next slot?
The veil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Is it going to get all emotional?
probably. I try to hit people there.
I was gonna
It's gonna
say
be-
I'm looking. Sorry, I cut you off.
It's gonna be a murder mystery, so we'll see. You know, I might just be like, and one of you are the murderer.
You could go Agatha
I will watch
Christie.
that.
You could go Agatha Christie and say, and all of you are the murderer.
Yeah, exactly. You spirit killed them.
I started a Burning Wheels campaign once. The campaign didn't go on for very long, but the premise was you guys are all in a thieves guild, and you're standing around the body of the head of the thieves guild, who's dead on the floor. One of you did it. We don't know who. And go.
Nice. And Paul, nice work with Dom. I like how you kind of made it so that you were the sympathetic one. It's like, oh, very clever.
Oh man, I love watching that. That was
Yeah.
a delight to watch.
Oh, man.
To watch what now?
I watched like the vampire and werewolf like squaring off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was trying to provoke you into doing stuff, but you won by doing nothing.
This for me playing a cold character is a strongly cold or cool or whatever character is kind of a challenge. So I picked it for that reason because I thought, hey, it's a one shot. I might as well try spreading my wings a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Christo did that to me in a game prior, and I'm very glad that he did because I was like, oh, I'll be that twerp. He's like, no, you won't. You should be something else. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I got to be like it. So I'm thankful for him.
Yeah.
Okay. So, does anyone get to school early?
Me?
You get to school early. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I want to do it correctly. I made
Uh,
Catherine. I got all my clean pencils and my notebooks, and we spent a lot of money on it. And everything's. I don't know how much of it we still. Did we steal it, Catherine? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't hold on.
Probably not.
I'm a believer in human money and debt and the obligations that made people stop going in easy to sink wooden ships. So yeah. But anyway, I'm wearing this cute 90s outfit that Catherine said was back again with overalls and everything. And a striped shirt.
Sweet. You look good.
Did you dress me? I think she just dressed me in a way that she found attractive.
Probably, yeah. She's just, yeah, those queen tendencies are coming through strong. Like, I want to dress up like my plaything.
do you
And I have my class schedule and I want to do high school right to show I'm smarter than everyone.
Catherine, do you show up with to Frey, or do you show up later?
I think she shows up with, like, she's still trying to go through this, like, codependency stuff that she's coming out of.
Okay. So you have a car, right, Catherine?
Yeah, we totally.
Yeah, you still got the queen gear, even though you aren't the queen, right?
Yeah, it's like my dad's third Porsche that he's forgotten about or something like that.
Nice. So the two of you, you roll up, and you see that Wilson Jack's there in the parking lot with his friends, and when he gets a look at Frey, like he gets very. It starts off angry and then like afraid, and he turns his head and tries to ignore both of you. Dominic, when would you show up?
Apologize.
Oh, okay.
I go on to say, I'm sorry about the party. We just need a little girl time. Actually, a lot of girl time. Hours of it.
Blush.
But I'm not. Yeah, but didn't mean to. And I won't tell your friends that you acted like a perfect gentleman, and it's nice to go to school with you. And I extend my hand for a handshake.
You are weird.
Yep. But I'm not rude. I'm weird. He probably doesn't remember calling me rude.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
It's a lot of drinking.
The MC remembers, but he shakes your hand very reluctantly.
All right. Best of luck in your scholastic endeavors or whatever. Bye. And I just end the conversation there. Because I said the part I wanted to say.
Gotcha. So, Dominic, when do you show up to school? Are you late? Are you on time? You're muted.
I am unmuted. I show up no more than 5 minutes early with a latte from Starbucks.
You should show up with Morgan too, because then I could be like, "What the fuck happened last night?"
Oh yeah, and absolutely, and I had Mrs. Can I pick an NPC from the list for the lady whose house I stole, or should I just make up a name?
No, absolutely. That's what the list is there for.
Cool. And I think that it is. I think it's Faith, the president of the school board.
Nice.
So I had Faith swing by to pick Morrigan up and stop us by Starbucks before she dropped us off at school.
What does she drive?
She drives, and it's a little bit of an embarrassment to me, but she thinks it's a luxury car. It's a Lincoln Continental, and sure, yeah, that's fine, but it's last year's, and Catherine is still showing up in a Porsche,
right?
So I'm going to have to work on that.
Okay. I assume you both get out the back like it's a limousine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Morgan's hand immediately finds yours as the two of you are walking up to the flagpole where I assume Jackson is waiting to confront the two of you. I could be wrong.
Actually, I have a scene in my head where I see both of these couples come in, and I'm buying like a candy bar, and it's like one of those sticky ass button things where you have to put in the thing to get the candy bar. And I'm like, B66, B66. And then when I see them, it just gets angrier and angrier. And then finally I just like shove it and it hits against the wall, and then maybe the candy bar drops.
Do you have the ability to gain a string on somebody you attack? Do you have a string on the snack machine now?
Yeah, exactly. That string, that snack machine is my bitch now. Yeah.
Okay. So do you stay as far away from the couples in homeroom as possible, or are you still trying to be close to Morrigan?
No, yeah, I think I'm back to being like a loner in the like the furthest corner close to the window with like the window open so I can breathe fresh air, because everybody, my senses are so heightened that everyone probably stinks bad. Or some of them maybe stink good.
Okay. So Dominic, I need an answer from you on when was the last time you fed?
The party was Friday night?
Sunday night, last night.
Oh, it was last night. Good. That's good. Not since I have been in my darkest self. So probably maybe it's been a week or a little more since I've done that.
Okay, so you went darkest self last night, but you hadn't fed for a week prior to that?
Correct. So I'm thirsty.
You are. So, okay, all right. Let me think here. The teacher starts talking about the different announcements and how this is going to be a great school year, and you know, how she's looking forward to seeing all of you finish out your high school education and things like that. And it's really boring, and I don't think anybody's paying attention to her.
I'm already asleep.
You're already asleep. And people are ignoring the stuff that she's writing up on the board, and they're talking to each other. So to Frey, what are you doing? Are you like being quiet and paying attention?
I'm definitely paying attention. I'm actually taking notes on the announcements in case they come up again.
Okay. All right.
Soccer team 2:30.
So, Catherine, you can tell that there is some serious hunger going on between Dominic and Morrigan right now, both directions. And you just, I mean, it brings up memories of you being the sacrifice and you not being the chosen. How does that make you feel?
Awful and a bit guilty. Like I have some sort of responsibility to help Morrigan so it doesn't happen again because I'm very sketched out on Dominic. He's not a good dude.
Okay. Do you still want to phrase help to make Dominic your friend, or has Dominic lost that with you?
It depends how much gossip came back from last night's party.
Regarding
like the fight kind of thing that went down between Dominic and Jackson. Because I didn't see the end of that.
Okay. Yeah, Dominic is the king of this town at this point. He totally shut Jackson down. I mean, it's misogynistic, but he has the girl, you know. He has the house, he has the parties. He's the new king.
Yeah, so with that, Catherine is definitely feeling like she no longer wants to pursue like a potential friendship because Dominic's slighted her like bestie Jackson and has taken her place and she's now getting very creepy vibes between Morrigan and Dominic, so she's not happy with it. Yeah, she would like to put it in its place.
Okay. So is it safe to assume, Dominic, that you and Morrigan don't find your way to first period?
I think that's a really good bet. After homeroom, I have a master key for the school because all I had to do was ask Faith for one, right?
Sure.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I after homeroom, we go to the of all places the yearbook office, which has a couch, and but it's too early in the year for the yearbook people to be doing anything. So sure. I know it's going to be empty, and yeah, we spent some time there.
Catherine, do you follow the creepy couple?
Is that even a question? Like, I'm totally going to follow them.
Jackson, do you follow the creepy couple?
Yeah, I definitely like. I feel like it's happening even during the homeroom. Like the teacher's so oblivious that those two are just like, "Can we go to the bathroom?" And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." And then, like, she turns her back, starts writing, another kid leaves. She turns her kid, and, like, another kid leaves.
If I need Catherine's help to find my third period class.
This is so like a Scooby Doo moment with the across the hall, across the hall.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so let's start with Catherine. Do you have the ability to walk through walls and stuff like that?
I don't, sadly.
Okay. Would you like to have the ability to walk through walls and stuff?
I would love that if it's on the table.
So in the book, officially in the book for Monsterhearts 2, for con sessions, Avery recommends giving out an extra power before the end of the game. So everyone can take a move or raise a stat if they'd like.
Nice.
That works out well because I feel like the session, Catherine's like figured out she's dead, so this isn't a surprise. She can now walk through walls.
Okay.
I am so taking hypnotic that it's not even funny.
What about you, Jackson?
Most of my things revolve around it being at midnight.
Dark. Yeah.
It seems. So I think I'll just bump my cold up to 0.
Okay.
Just in case.
And to Frey?
Let's go for the big guns. When you feel really homesick, choose one for the MC detail. The ocean brings something you think will help you make feather, or the ocean takes away something that you think is bothering you. One weird thing from first edition is that none of these moves are rolls anymore, so having plus dark is not helpful, whereas before, a Selkie kind of needed dark, so interesting.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that too. Okay, so Catherine, I think you're creeping on an intimate moment.
Totally.
Okay, so Dominic, is this a fade to black situation, or is this a feeding, or is it both?
I don't think that I've actually tried feeding on Morrigan yet, because this is so I'm not even sure. I think I have a sense, especially after having heard what she said last night to Jackson. I think I have a sense that she's not like the other girls, but I'm not even sure it will work. But I'm going to feed. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to attempt to.
So I think we're gonna have a roll here. Let's take a look.
Nope.
Nope. It just happens, right?
Right.
Okay. You feed on hot blood direct from the source. It is the first time you've been fed upon. Okay. So you both mark experience.
Okay.
And choose 2. If you want, Morgan has the ability to come back from death in a couple of hours.
I think that this will be super horrifying and that Lauren will love it. So I am going to heal the 1 harm that I think I took at some point. I'm not sure I did, but I'm going to pretend that I'm healing 1 harm and taking 1 forward.
So you drain her empty.
Yep.
Nice.
Catherine, what do you do?
So, what does this look like? I guess she's like sort of peeping in from some duck's corner, or she's creeping somehow. What does it look like to her? I'm just curious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead, Dominic. What's it look like?
Actual. I mean, not like the Buffy and Angel game face, but actual fangs, and the stereotypical I'm sort of nursing on her jugular vein.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So that's the way it goes for a little while. After a certain point, though, and this may be, we'll fade if we need to on this, but like she starts pushing back, and like you're not letting go.
Correct. That's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna cut there.
That's fine.
Catherine, do you do anything about that, or do you watch?
I kind of envision Catherine popping in like just as it's ending. So maybe she sees like Morrigan's body fall to the ground and like Dominic sort of like wipe his face clean.
Sure.
And that's when she enters, and I feel like she's gonna get kind of shouty and loud now.
Then go ahead and do so.
Okay, so she's going to blindly rush at Dominic and just be like, "What the fuck? Get away from her!" kind of thing, and like, because she has no idea that Morrigan's like dead. So she's just going on the assumption that she's hopefully still alive, and is just gonna beat into Dominic.
Okay. Are you trying to hurt him?
I think she is, yeah.
Okay. Then we're gonna lash out physically. Go ahead and roll volatile. This may be the harm that you're healing, Dominic.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Oh, I got a 4. It's so sad.
Oh, it's almost like you're not good at that.
So you're yelling at Dominic and you rush him. And you completely fail. You fall through him.
Yeah.
Nice.
And but you're loud enough that Jackson hears, and was because Jackson was looking for the couple, I think.
Yeah.
And so you hear Catherine screaming.
Yeah.
And so you're right outside the door. What do you do?
This is Sparta kick Jackson out the window. Like,
okay.
We just cut to like Jackson running with like the red hair wisping behind, and it's like a shaky cam Blair Witch Project thing. And I run straight at it, and I just like use my whole core to hit my leg into his chest to send him flying as like hard as I can.
Okay, that's a great setup. Let's see what the dice say.
Yeah, exactly. So that is volatile, right? I'm assuming. Seems pretty volatile-y. Yeah, that's a 10 plus whatever my volatile is. Probably a lot.
Okay.
Plus 1, so 11.
Cool. So you deal harm, and they choke up momentarily before they can react. So it is 10:40. Fraser needs 10 minutes at the end for transferring to his other game. So let's do some epilogues, like this season on, what we might see, and then we'll do Roses and Thorns, and then we'll call it out about 10 minutes early. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
You guys can keep playing if you want for an extra 10 minutes.
That actually seems like a good, like a solid ending. Me flying through the window seems like a solid ending for the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my head it looked like Catherine falls, like you're invisible and can go through stuff. So in my head it was like we're on the second floor, the third floor or whatever, and you just see Catherine go like, and the kids like look out the window as you fall, and then after that there's like glass that falls, and then after that there's like another body.
I love it so much.
A little more Scooby-Doo action, yeah. Really good.
Okay. So Catherine, everyone thinks you jumped. What else do we see from your character this season?
I kind of want to I'm going to try and do this in like next time on Monsterhearts, like where you just get like the little bits that don't make sense, but they're really dramatic. Yeah. And so one scene is like, it's from her perspective, and it's looking up at like this crowd of students who are all over her, like, oh my God, is she alive or is she dead, kind of thing. And then you maybe like, there's like a cut of Catherine's like parents as maybe she like stumbles home at some point because her parents have been away and she comes back. It's like, you're alive or you're back, and then it cuts there, and then maybe there's like a scene where like there's a really like tender like are they gonna kiss moment between Catherine and Jackson, and maybe there's like another cut of Catherine like getting in Dominic's face again or something like that. I don't know. It's like very dramatic cuts.
Nice. Dominic, what happens with you this season on Monsterhearts?
So in that same style, I think we'll, since Catherine has already hit the ground in this season, I'll cut to me standing at the podium in the school auditorium. Obviously in some position of authority, and everybody standing up and giving me a standing ovation, but it's not entirely clear why, because this is just coming up. There's also a moment, I think, where I'm looking down at Jackson, who is lying wounded on the ground.
Ooh.
And there's a moment when I'm walking along the beach with a harpoon gun.
Harpoon gun along the beach. Let's jump into fray. What happens with you this season?
Get a shot of me at the talent show, and then me being crowned prom queen, to my confusion. One of everyone taking a test, and the classroom filling up with seawater. And one of me shaking hands with Jackson and saying, "Hello, my name's T. Frey. It's nice to meet you."
Okay. And Jackson, what happens with you this season?
You see me walking away from the beach house with like a pack of matches in my hands as it burns up. And then it cuts to me in the like trying to find my center in the woods, and then like somebody with an ambiguous voice or something is saying like, do you control the wolf inside, or does it control you? And can
it be the giant elk, the one that you wanted from?
Oh yeah, the elk, yeah, definitely. The elk is my master.
It could be Fabio as a werestag. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Who knows?
That would be awesome. Yeah.
The camera will turn around.
Yeah, and then I think another moment of me looking at Morgan and Jackson later, and then the camera pans to Catherine and I, and we're like just about to kiss, and then it's just like over.
Okay. All right. So what did you like? What can be improved upon? What kind of criticisms or failures occurred? Let's start with Adam.
I think it's encapsulated by the next time's on, in which case I was in one of them by illusion. I felt like none of the other characters were really tied to me to the way they were tied to each other.
Sure.
Yeah, I did piss off Morgan, but I thought that I wanted to make sure that I was getting strings on other people, because she was literally the only person I had strings on. Yeah.
Okay.
That can happen in shorter con games, I guess.
Fraser?
I don't know. I had a good time. I'm not sure. I think I would have liked more interaction with Catherine. That's about it.
Okay.
And we would have got that on episode 2. So.
Sure. Lauren? You're muted. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I just said there's not more of it. Like, I really want to see how the Dominic, Catherine, Morrigan to Frey thing pans out, because it left on such a dramatic moment. But I think that was like the perfect time to cut it too. It was good. Yeah, I just want more of this. And what I just loved all of the drama that went on. I loved that I got to be this like mopey, sulky teenager that was fine and not annoying, hopefully. So, uh, yeah, I have a lot of love. I've had a lot of feels, and I've had a lot of caffeine, so I apologize.
Gotcha. No problem at all. Paul?
Yeah, I think this is a really smart way to set up a con game of Monsterhearts. It's framing it as the first episode of a second season gives such a tight focus to the way we were building the drama, and it's so cool, like seeing like that character that the character that everybody hated and kind of wanted to be in the first season, being in the position of now is a ghost and is saddled with those particular things and remembering. And I just like the implied status changes that have come in the break between seasons, and that gives us a lot to play with. And I think for that reason, it's a really smart setup for a con game, because it's tight and it gives focus to play in a way that just building a home room just absolutely couldn't. So
Can I add to that and say I liked the Queen to Ghost things that gave it a dimension I hadn't played before. Like I've played the Ghost and not really gelled with the Ghost since they kind of are a bit of a recluse and to spend a lot of time like going, oh guys, like what's going on over here? But I think it was great having the Queen to develop and contextualize that nature of the ghost, because I felt like I could draw on those like Queen behavior from like a past life if the ghost was getting a bit too like timid and shy and stuff. So I loved having that to play with.
Cool. Well, thank you all very much. I'm going to end it here, and I'll see you guys online.
Thanks a lot, everyone. See ya.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thanks,
See you soon.
guys.
Bye.